Hello and welcome back to the Truffle Show. I am your host, Kate. And if this is the first time you are joining, welcome. If you don't know a lot about the magical, well, not that magical mushroom, but the underground subterranean mushroom, the truffle, you're going to learn a lot. And if you already know and you're already a huge fan, well, I am here to share with you so much. And most importantly, all the many incredible uses for truffles, fresh truffles, and truffle products. And today we're doing summer flatbreads. So I am lucky enough to have a pizza oven in the test kitchen here at Sabatino. If you don't have one, don't let flatbread scare you. You can still use a grill or a super hot oven. We're going to talk all about it. And the reason why I'm excited for flatbreads in the summer is because summer produce is my favorite thing, as you probably know by now. And we're in, so Sabatino, North America headquarters is located in Connecticut. And in the Northeast, we're not California, we're not Georgia. We have to really be patient for fresh produce. And now we're heading into August and it's finally here. We have plums, we have peaches, we have squash and zucchini, and even figs. I've even come across figs. I kind of tell myself that maybe the figs in Whole Foods are from California, but I'm super happy to have them and I'm super excited to put them on a flatbread. So the first thing we're going to do, the first one I want to make is a ricotta and zucchini flatbread, and I'm going to use our summer truffle paste, our summer truffle sauce, as well as I have a fresh summer truffle. And it's, you can see, so the difference between winter and summer truffles is that the summer ones are very light on the inside. And you can see the marbling has the white in there and it's a nice dark black outside. The winter ones are a lot darker on the inside. And this has a beautiful nutty and earthy flavor. And it just looks so gorgeous on top. So I'm very excited about that. And then our product, our summer truffle paste, is perfect as like a sauce. We're going to add that at the end. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my pizza dough. So this is store-bought pizza dough, and you can make it. It's a flour yeast recipe, but I buy it because why not? And it just needs a little flour and a nice flattening out. Traditional flatbread is like kind of oval, so we're not going too crazy. I have this on parchment just for storage, but obviously need to take that off to go onto my pizza peel. I don't know if you knew that, but this is called a pizza peel. So I'm going to put actually a little bit more flour on top of this so that we can scoot this guy off when it goes into the oven. Now, there's two ways to do flatbreads. You can do the bread first on both sides, like if you're on the grill or something, and then take it out, put toppings on, put it back in. In this case, for this particular one, I'm going to start with my ricotta right here, and I'm going to put that down. Now, so it doesn't get super dry, I am going to layer my very thin sliced zucchini. A lot of times this is called Italian summer squash. It's these really beautiful ones, these yellows, like yellow guys. And so look at how beautiful that is. I used a mandolin to get those really nice and thin and just oiled them a little bit. So I'm going to tuck a couple of these guys on top, right? And they're going to protect that ricotta from drying out. And we're going to add our truffle sauce after, because the one thing to keep in mind, whether it's fresh truffle or truffle products, truffles are not massive fans of heat. The flavor diminishes a little bit as it cooks in the oven. So we're going to add that at the end so that we don't lose any of it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt on top. And we're gonna go pop this guy in. All right, here we go. So he's in there now. It's gonna be a couple minutes. So I'm gonna get the next one ready to go. I'm gonna come back over, spin it around. It's gonna get really hot and cooked on one side, and then we're gonna turn it so it cooks evenly on the other side. It's way too hot to stand here and keep talking, so I'll be back. Okay, So for our next flatbread, while that guy is cooking, very excited to work with some figs. Now, as I said, maybe these guys are from California, but maybe they're not, because here is a very exciting thing about the beautiful fig. You might think that it's not warm enough in the Northeast for them to grow. But as a matter of fact, when us Italians started to come over as immigrants in the 19th century, all the way through World War II, there was a lot of Italians that came over. And so much amazing things grew in their homeland, they wanted to have something to remind them. And a lot of Italians brought cuttings, like a cut, a stem, a little branch from their trees back home in Italy. And the long trip over, the cutting would go dormant. It wouldn't die, but it would just stop doing anything. And when they brought it back over, they would get these cuttings to root and they planted them. And since most people came over and they ended up in New York City, particularly Brooklyn, my grandparents did for sure. Um, and they planted these fig trees. And fig trees now proliferate throughout Brooklyn and New York City. It's totally, totally incredible. I know people that are like, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're lucky enough to have outdoor space in Brooklyn, there's a slight chance you might have a fig tree back there. A lot of times people have had their houses for generations and they've been taking care of these fig trees. They definitely require a little bit of care. It's not just something you can like set it and completely forget it, but these guys they do really well. So first I'm gonna start with my dough, right? Oh wait, I gotta check. Totally fine, totally fine. So this is a different pizza peel. You can see it's a little bit skinnier and that gets under there a lot easier. So that's why I switched. Okay. So back to our figs. So this one is going to be with brie. And I think the fig and the brie is going to go really nice together. Um, but the fig trees, so people do, a lot of them are in planters in Brooklyn in people's backyards. I'm going to put this brie um, on top of my dough. So they grow in planters, which prevents it from being completely underground. And then in the winter, they cover the trunks and the roots with like burlap or like other leaves and stuff to keep it from getting super cold. And also, there's something, this is fun fact day for our live cooking. Um, Something called the urban heat effect, I think it's called. And so because of all the concrete, all the building, and you don't just have in the city, you don't just have like an expanse of dirt and land to get frozen and hang on to that cold. The ambient temperature in the city is actually a little bit warmer than everywhere else, which because that's why I was like, oh my God, what? Like, there's no way that these fig trees would be fine, but they are, because not only do they have, so this ambient temperature of the dirt is like actually kind of warmer, and then most of these trees, they're in the backs of like oh, I gotta go, hold on. I just heard a pop, which means, oh that's not the fire alarm, is that? we 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 may have set off the fire alarm. So I'm gonna put this in really quick so we can cook it. It's not even on high. I think it's fine, but if you're in East Haven Fire Department, we're fine in here, but you can come over and have some flatbread with us. It's delightful. Um, but anyways, the fig trees, they're in backyards and they're protected. These backyards are protected from the harsh New England elements, which is why these guys have actually done well. I thought fig trees were very fickle. Maybe that's the fiddleheads that we're all trying to grow for Instagram, but I'm gonna go buy a brown turkey fig tree and um, and I'm gonna go for it because I'm very bolstered by this fact. So let's put this guy in. This is pretty beautiful with our figs on here. And back to our zucchini and ricotta and our black summer truffle paste. So this is ground up summer truffles with cremini. Ooh, that's a lot. And we're just going to take this. Oh my God, look at that. And spread that. This is like a reverse pizza. The cheese is on the bottom, the sauce is on the top, and it's gorgeous. I'll add some microgreens to beautify, and then our summer truffle in all its glory. Open this up a little bit. I mean, that's really pretty. It's really pretty. Like, don't you want to come to my backyard when I'm serving this? Yes. I found this really cool ancient grain pizza dough, and I think it's really got it like the extra like nuttiness is going to be really nice with the figs in there. Cheese is bubbling, figs are getting nice, soft. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. This guy's 567 degrees. They can go hotter, but we're inside. I didn't want to go completely crazy. I think it's ready. Look at this. We're going to move this guy, put him right back down. Now, figs and honey. This is like food of the gods here. Like we're really celebrating our all of the sweetness, all of the ripeness. I'm going to take this amazing our truffle and honey and just drizzle this right on top. Ooh la la. It's amazing. So good. Right? So then we've got, there we have it. We have truffle honey with figs and brie. Put some fresh on this guy too, because we so fancy like that. And we'll cut these up. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. This one's, I'm not going to take a bite out of that one because that one's going to burn. Oh my God. Look at that. That's amazing. But this is ready to go. So good. So delicious. Thank you for coming. I'll take a bite after. Thank you for joining. I hope you go make some flatbread. Remember, don't be afraid if you don't have a pizza oven in your backyard. You can use a hot oven, pizza stone, or a grill. You go right on the grill. Just be careful with it. Whatever you want, but definitely add truffles. Don't forget your truffles. And I'll see you next time. It's really good.